So it's a broad question to ask about TCO and cloud, but what I find interesting is that, historically what we had is we had the data center, and it was a big black box, and we would shovel money in one side, and we'd extract value out the other side, and we don't really know what happens inside. And one of the potential advantages of moving to a cloud model, whether it's private or public, is that there's an actual direct correlation to an application that's deployed and how much resources it's using. And you can actually measure that in near real time so that you can find out whether an application is justified, whether you can get an ROI back on it. And that's a huge value because we're moving towards this world where things are accelerating. You want to get more apps out sooner, and you want to see if they actually take off, and if they don't, you want to be able to kill it. I mean, how many enterprise data centers have you seen where you walk in, you say, what's that stack of hardware back there doing? And somebody's like, I don't know. Who knows? Kaiser, again, I don't mean to pick on them. When I was first talking to them, the new enterprise architect told me that he had gone around their West Covina data center, which was built at 25 watts a square foot, that they still have in production, which is incredibly inefficient, from the 80s. And he came around the corner, and there was a row of VAX 11 750s that were powered on, doing something, nobody knows what. I mean, VAX 11 750s, man, in 2009, I mean, that is crazy.
They're mining Bitcoin.
So I think cloud allows us to actually measure TCO and to figure out ROI, both the infrastructure and application layer, and that's absolutely critical to understanding how we're doing and measuring ourselves for success, which I think is a part of the DevOps mentality. I hope I answered most of your question there.
Tim?
I would compare, okay, so you have a slightly higher cost, say, for processor hour. How's that TCO measure against your entire industry being disrupted when you didn't shift something in your company going out of business? Like, the stifling innovation and not moving to cloud and not being able to move forward has such a greater risk that if you're just focusing on, oh, hey, it costs us a little more per processor hour, and you don't adapt to this coming world, when these people are 10 years into their field, you're going to get your lunch eaten. And any TCO cost that doesn't factor in what the greater costs are out of your organization of what next big thing you're stifling is a cost is a
Opportunity
horrible
cost.
Yeah, it's a giant opportunity cost.